welcome to Bill's How To. Today I'm going to show you guys a little trick to be able to feed wires, cable and even water lines through your walls and studs without having any visible damage. Let's get straight into it, guys. Let's do this. Alright guys, so today I'm going to show you how to feed things through the wall without causing any damage. That means we don't have to cut, patch and paint in order to pass things through the wall. We've got a little area here that we're working on. We're installing some cabinets in a butler's pantry. You can see we've got our main water connection right here. However, we need to feed a line to the fridge. So we're going to connect the water to the fridge as well. And that means we have to get around this wall here, all the way around and to the other side of this wall, which is where the fridge is. So what we're going to be doing in this case here, we've got some cabinets being installed along here, so that's fine. I can run the line right under the cabinets. However, as we come around to this section here, this is all going to be exposed. And what we're going to do instead is remove the skirting boards. I'm going to show you guys a little trick to be able to feed everything through, put it all back, and it's like nobody was ever here. So the first thing we need to do is take a utility knife and we're just going to break that seal on top between the wall and the baseboards or the skirting boards. It's basically just a bead of caulking here up on top. And this is very, very important because as we pass through this here, that's going to separate the paint between the two. So as we pull off that skirting board, we're not going to tear that top wall. So make sure you do a couple passes over the top, because the last thing you want is to peel the paint off. So once again, here in the corner, we'll do the same thing. And we're going to repeat it along this side here because these two skirting boards need to come off. So now you can take a thin scraper, anything that's rigid and thin, you need two of them. Pop one on top, slide that in the back. We're going to take another one right next to it, slide that in, and we're going to use that for leverage. So just pull on that slowly, working your way all the way down. You'll see it'll start to open up. Being very careful not to damage anything. You can put something behind the back of the scraper if you're concerned, but generally, as long as you're going slow, it'll come out nice and easy. So that's one piece there. We'll put that one there on the side and we'll take out our last piece. Once again, repeat the process. Take the second one, slide it through and start pulling back slow. You can hear it start to separate slowly. And I've got a little nail here that's in the way, so we're just going to quickly remove this one. Or make it flat. Alright, so now we've got this piece here out of the way as well. So if you have any nails left here down in the base, you can either pull them out with a pair of pliers or just simply tap them back in. So now we're going to take a multi-tool and we're going to cut the bottom of this plasterboard here. You can see where it's got two different finishes. This one here is a raw finish. This one here is a painted surface, so that means we know this is the top of our skirting board or our baseboard. So we're going to go down about halfway, probably even about 3/4 of the way, and cut that all the way through. So just quickly cut this one here all the way through to the corner, and then we're going to repeat the process around the bend as well. So now I've got this section here cut, I can slide something into the top and try and pry this one here back. There may be a nail or two sitting on the stud behind it. So once again, just take your time. If you can see that nail, break it off. Other than that, you can remove your piece just like this, and now we've got direct access to this area here. So we're going to put this one here on the side, and we're going to repeat it around this corner. So for this section here, we only need to run our cable pretty much right to this point here. So we're going to cut all the way across until we hit a stud somewhere along here, which looks like it's going to be right here. So right at this stud, I'm going to stop. Now because we've got raised flooring here, I just need to cut with a knife a little bit further down, or I might even be able to snap it, depending on how lucky. Once again, pry that one there back, give it a little wiggle, and that piece is now out. So I'll show you guys a bit of a close-up what we've done now. You can see there our base plate, everything's running all throughout here. We've got plenty of clearance now to drill our holes through our studs, and we're going to be able to wrap that all the way around. Even this corner here is going to be a little bit tricky, but it still can be done. We're going to drill through this side, drill through that side, and we're going to have to try and fish that cable from this back end here. We've got a brace in the way which might make it a little bit harder to drill, but as we wrap it around, we'll be able to feed our cable through here. So I might actually feed my cable in from right here, so I'll quickly put another hole right next to it. Alright, that should be enough room to feed our cable through. We're going to drill through this side here, drill through all of these ones here, try keep it as straight as possible. So with the corner holes, I'm just making them a little bit bigger. That way I'm going to have enough space to be able to fish this out as much as possible. So I think a little bit of that drilling was out of the frame, but I'm pretty sure you guys get the idea. We've now got a hole to enter through here, hole to come through here, feed it all the way around our corner here, through this side and straight up the other side. So I'm quickly going to put a hole in the back here, and then we're going to start feeding our cable through. Alright, so we're now at the back of the fridge. What we're going to do is just simply drill a small hole so that we can feed our cable through. That's all we need right there. We're able to feed that all the way down through and pass it through our studs now. So now we can take our new water line and feed that one there straight down to the bottom. We'll go to the other side, we'll pick that up and feed it through all the holes. So if you have a look, you can see there my pipe. We'll pull out as much slack as we need from now so that we're not rubbing everything up against the studs. And we can start feeding that through. So this works for pretty much everything, whether it's speaker wire, any other kind of cable. This part here is probably going to be the hardest part. Very, very close there. Usually I put a coat hanger and try and catch that on the back end, but we might actually get it because I can see it right there. We go. Very lucky. Feed it through all the holes. Last one over here. Oops. Alright, so I'll just quickly grab that one. Alright, so now we've got our pipe running through. I'm going to pull as much slack as I need to either side, tape them all off, and then I'll show you guys how to restore everything back the way it was. Alright, so everything's now complete here. I've vacuumed the area to make sure everything's going to fit nicely. This little section here I didn't cut far enough to the stud, so I'm just going to put a bit of timber behind it and give it a little bit extra support. Put some screws through that side. That's now nice and secure. We can drop our other piece back in, slide it over to its original position, and we can reattach this one here as well. So we're going to repeat the same process on this side here. Here we've got half a stud, so we know we can go straight up into that section. Here and here, now we know exactly where our studs are. So before we install the old boards, what we need to do is remove these nails here, and what you want to do with these is simply pull them from the back. That way we're not going to damage the face. You can, if you like, put some new nails through there, but you will have to patch and paint that. However, what I'm going to do in this case here is we're simply going to pull these ones here from the back. You can see there we've got the complete nail out, and if you look at the front, we've got absolutely no damage. So that's the best way to do it. And when I reinstall this one here, we're going to use some liquid nails or some construction adhesive. That way we're not going to have to put any nails through this board. It's going to be nice and strong, no patching and no painting. So now we can take some construction adhesive, spread that all along there. we'll repeat the same process on the other side. And all we're left with after that is just a little bit of no gap. And that'll do it. Then you can add a little bit of gap filler. Try keep that bead as small as possible. Get a bit of a damp finger and smooth that all off. And once that's all done, this here is what it ends up looking like. It looks honestly like brand new, like nobody's ever been here. Removed it, cut anything and fed anything through the wall. Hopefully this video is going to help you guys out and you've learned something new. As always, like, comment and subscribe. Until next time I build, thanks for watching Billshowto.